With sport, everyone is on a different level and it keeps changing. People get better or worse in some stakes and sometimes shift to different variety or emphasis or the time that they dedicate to it. But they all share something to different degrees, and that's a personal management of fatigue, strain, huff and puff, the burn in the muscle, a kind of ache that they recognise as good, almost perversely, and they consciously cultivate it while training. If the exercise doesn't yield some discomfort, you feel that you haven't spent the time as effectively as you might have, and you sense that it ought to be chased by something harder next time. I say management because lifters and I suppose other athletes know when to push and when to slack off. They might purposefully install a deload in their routine where they go off the heavier challenge. For them, it's strategic to regroup psychologically, to pace themselves with periods of progress and periods of ease, or it might be because of their period or poor sleep or whatever. And that's the thing, life gets in the way, or even if nothing intervenes that you're conscious of, you don't always feel up to it. My reps vary. You might have noticed. For instance, with the push-ups, I aim for 20, but sometimes I get more or fewer. Sometimes I get 25 if I'm lucky. Is the cause of that variation in my body, or is it in my head? I find it inscrutable, but we're an organism, not a machine, and I fancy that the joy or disappointment is also something that I share with every other lifter. No matter what our level, we all have to make our peace with a less than impressive effort. And only by doing the training do you find out what you can manage on the day. So what you share with both the stronger and weaker athletes in any sport is the same vulnerability to mediocre performance, because a threshold is always a threshold, no matter what its level. A lot of sports are configured around finding that threshold in rival participants on the day of the race, say, where one outstrips the other, however narrowly. The only problem with that spectacle is that it overinvests the struggle as exceptional when it's structurally normal and common to everyone training who runs or rides or lifts.